Nestled in the heart of the United States lies a land steeped in millennia of natural history. Towering mountains rise majestically to meet the clouds, encircled by ancient forests that whisper tales of the past. Every crevice and stone here bears witness to the power of ancient glacial flows, which sculpted a landscape that is both grand and awe-inspiring. Rocky Mountain National Park, a crown jewel of nature, welcomed over 4.5 million visitors in 2023, drawn to its more than 350 miles of trails that connected venturers to the wonders of the wild. Spanning over 265,000 acres of untamed wilderness, this rugged terrain serves as nature's ultimate playground, a place where cold winds test resilience and forge strength. Here, every step, every flight, every pounce, and every bite is a high-stakes wager between life and survival. Welcome to the wild Rocky Mountains, where fierce predators lurk in the shadows of majestic peaks, and the untamed spirit of nature reigns supreme. Among the towering peaks that pierce the heavens, the relentless fight for survival unfolds in a dramatic symphony of life and death. In the dense pine forests, the coyote moves like a ghost, slipping through rocky crevices with stealth and precision, hunting small prey to endure the harsh demands of this unforgiving landscape. Above, the peregrine falcon plummets from the sky like a lightning bolt, striking its target with deadly accuracy. No prey can escape its swift and powerful descent. Deep in the shadows of the Subalpine forests, the mountain lion prowls with silent grace, its piercing eyes locked on elk, whose population has dwindled to around 3,000 in 2024. Each step into the lion's hunting grounds is a gamble with fate for these majestic creatures. Higher still, where winds howl at altitudes above 12,000 feet, Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep navigate a perilous existence, battling both the rugged terrain and the skies above. Golden eagles circle overhead, their keen eyes missing nothing. Young or weaker sheep are never safe from the rulers of the air. Here, at these extreme heights, survival is not just a struggle against nature, but a perpetual dance between existence and oblivion. Perched among the clouds, Rocky Mountain National Park stands as one of the highest national parks in the United States, with elevations soaring to 14,259 feet. Here, nature unfolds like a majestic symphony, shaped over billions of years by relentless geological forces. Long's Peak, a cowering giant at 14,259 feet, rises like a colossal stone sentinel, challenging all who dare to gaze upon it. Millions of years ago, the earth roared and shifted, sculpting these mountains into a landscape that is both awe-inspiring and formidable. Massive glaciers, acting as nature's chisel, carved vast meadows and jagged peaks into the rocky terrain. It wasn't until around 11,000 years ago that humans first ventured into this rugged realm. broken spearheads from battles against mammoths and the tools of nomadic hunters scattered along ancient trails are faint echoes of this early chapter. While the Ute people were not year-round residents, the lush valleys and alpine meadows drew them here, making them stewards of this land until the late 18th century. Before them, Paleo-Indians hunted and gathered among the towering peaks and crystal-clear lakes. In the 19th century, Western explorers and miners arrived, lured by the promise of fortune. Mule City, a mining town established in the 1870s, marked a new era of human presence in this untamed wilderness. By 1915, Rocky Mountain National Park was established, preserving the stories etched in its rocks and glaciers for generations to come. Within its boundaries, life thrives in a never-ending natural symphony. For over a century, these mountains and valleys have revealed a treasure trove of biodiversity, from delicate mosses and lichens clinging to rocks to shimmering algae basking in the sunlight, all weaving together a vibrant and intricate ecosystem. Beneath the canopy and across the skies, Rocky Mountain National Park teems with life, hosting over 60 species of mammals and nearly 300 species of birds. Butterflies, with more than 140 species gracing the area, flutter delicately through the air, while reptiles, amphibians, and 11 species of fish thrive quietly in the icy streams. From the Montaine forests at 5,600 feet to the Alpine tundra above 11,000 feet, the park's diverse elevations create a mosaic of unique ecosystems, each pulsating with its own ecological rhythm. These shifting altitudes act as the heartbeat of the land, fostering environments where life flourishes in harmony with the towering peaks. At elevations between 5,600 and 9,500 feet, the Montaine ecosystem stretches across the Rocky Mountains' vast valleys, where winding streams carve vibrant pathways through the landscape. In spring and summer, over 900 species of wildflowers burst into bloom, transforming the meadows into a kaleidoscope of color, a never-ending floral festival alive with energy. Sunlight bathes the southern slopes, creating ideal conditions for the majestic ponderosa pines, which can live up to 400 years. Their bark, transitioning from gray-brown to cinnamon red over time, releases a sweet, resinous fragrance when warmed by the sun. In contrast, the northern slopes are cooler, wetter, and shrouded in shade. Here, the rich, moist soil nurtures a dense forest where lodgepole pines, Douglas firs, and Engelmann spruces grow tall and straight. Their green spires reaching skyward in a fierce competition for sunlight. This intricate tapestry of life, shaped by elevation and environment, makes Rocky Mountain National Park a sanctuary of biodiversity and natural wonder. In the rugged wilderness of the Rocky Mountains, the haunting howl of the coyote reverberates through the Montaine valleys, a testament to their resilience and cunning. Scientifically known as Canis latrans, coyotes are smaller yet more adaptable than their extinct relatives, the gray wolves, which vanished from this region in the early 20th century. Thriving in this challenging landscape, coyotes navigate the wild forest with ease, hunting alone or in packs, seamlessly blending into the rhythm of the vast mountain wilderness. Coyotes are masterful and versatile hunters, their every movement a perfect blend of strategy and instinct, creating a dramatic dance of survival in the shadow of majestic peaks. They are opportunistic feeders, preying on everything from small rodents and rabbits to scavenging the remains of larger animals. When hunting smaller prey, they leap high into the air, diving down like arrows with speeds reaching up to 40 miles an hour. Pinpoint accuracy ensures the hunt is over and in mere seconds. Yet, when targeting larger prey, such as bighorn sheep, coyotes employ sophisticated teamwork. Hunting in small packs, they drive their prey towards steep, treacherous slopes, where other pack members lie in wait, turning the terrain into a deadly trap. By coordinating their efforts, coyotes achieve a success rate 60% higher than when hunting alone, showcasing their remarkable adaptability and intelligence in the wild. In the valleys and rolling hills of the Montaine region, mule deer, Otocoileus hemionus, move like quiet shadows, their oversized ears, reminiscent of a mule's, constantly twitching, attuned to every whisper carried by the wind. These large ears are not just distinctive, they are essential for survival, allowing the deer to detect potential threats from great distances. Standing nearly 3 feet tall at the shoulder, and weighing between 100 and 300 pounds, mule deer are stronger and sturdier than their smaller relatives, the white-tailed deer. Their striking markings, including a black-tipped tail and a vivid white rump patch, stand out vividly against the lush green backdrop of the mountains. The rut season transforms these tranquil creatures into fierce competitors, as male mule deer, known as bucks, engage in battles for dominance. Their forked antlers, once covered in soft velvet, harden and sharpen, becoming weapons ready for combat. By mid-February, the bucks shed their antlers, but a new set begins to grow almost immediately, increasing in size with each passing day. During mating season, the largest and most powerful bucks take the lead, seeking out receptive females and guarding them fiercely from rivals. The sound of antlers clashing between competing bucks echoes across the valleys, a powerful symphony of life and struggle. Yet victory comes at a cost. These intense battles often leave many bucks exhausted and weakened. When the harsh winter arrives, those who lost the fight or were drained by the rut may not survive. In this endless cycle of life and death, only the strongest endure, ensuring the continuation of the unbroken rhythm of nature. The mule deer's story is one of resilience, adaptation, and the relentless pursuit of survival in the wild. In the summer, the western tanager embarks on an extraordinary journey, migrating thousands of miles from Mexico and Central America to nest in the montane forests of the Rocky Mountains. Here, they build their nests high among the towering ponderosa pines and Douglas firs, finding safety and seclusion in the canopy. The striking red hue on the tanager's face, a rare and fiery feature, is not naturally produced. It comes from rhodozanthin, a unique pigment absorbed from the insects they consume, which in turn acquire it from plants. This gives the western tanager its unmistakable, vibrant appearance. In the open coniferous forests, at elevations between 3,000 and 8,500 feet, these birds carefully construct their nests on large pine branches, ensuring they are well hidden from predators. On the dry slopes of the Rocky Mountains, the ponderosa pine forests stretch wide, their majestic trunks rising toward the sky. Gaps between the towering trees reveal clusters of small shrubs and grasses, creating a mosaic of life on the forest floor. In this tranquil setting, the pygmy nuthatch flits tirelessly between branches, searching for insects and pine seeds hidden in the crevices of bark. During breeding season, these tiny birds hunt beetles, ants, and spiders, gathering vital energy to feed their young. But as winter descends and cold winds sweep down the mountains, they shift their strategy, relying on carefully stored pine seeds to survive the harsh season. Meanwhile, the red crossbill showcases its remarkable adaptation to this environment. With its uniquely crossed bill, this bird is a master at unlocking the cones of ponderosa pines and spruces, accessing the hidden seeds within. Its nimble tongue deftly extracts each seed, as if uncovering hidden treasures. Unlike many birds, the red crossbill doesn't adhere to a fixed breeding season. Whenever pine seeds are abundant, they may breed, even in the depths of winter. Driven by food availability, they wander from place to place, sometimes migrating in large flocks. This behavior can lead to eruption phenomena, where they suddenly appear in new areas, creating a spectacle of life and movement in the ever-changing rhythm of the forest. In the frigid winters of the Rocky Mountains Montaine region, the great horned owl, Bubo virginianus, begins its relentless quest for survival. While the world remains cloaked in darkness, these formidable owls establish territories and seek nesting sites. Rather than building their own nests, they cleverly take over abandoned ones from hawks, crows, or other birds of prey. Sometimes they opt for cliffs or hollow trees, using nature's shelters to their advantage. While much of the natural world lies dormant in winter's grip, the great horned owl's eggs are being incubated. After 30 to 37 days, the chicks hatch in March, perfectly timed for the abundance of spring. This strategic timing ensures the young owls grow strong with ample hunting opportunities. A master of the night, the great horned owl glides silently through the darkness like a ghost. With a wingspan of up to 5 feet, it is one of North America's largest birds of prey. Its piercing eyes glow like lanterns in the night, capable of detecting prey in the faintest light. Even the smallest sounds, whether rustling beneath foliage or buried under snow, cannot escape its acute hearing. The owl's soft feathers allow it to fly without a whisper, making it an invisible hunter. When it swoops down, its powerful talons, exerting up to 300 pounds of pressure per square inch, crush the bones of rabbits, ground squirrels, or even other birds of prey like hawks. The great horned owl's strength lies not only in its size and precision, but also in its eerie silence, a weapon that makes it the undisputed ruler of the night. While the great horned owl dominates the Montaine ecosystem with its stealth, the peregrine falcon reigns supreme in the skies above the Rocky Mountains. Once on the brink of extinction in the 1970s due to the pesticide DET, the peregrine falcon made a remarkable comeback. Over 6,000 young falcons were raised and released across North America, with Rocky Mountain National Park serving as one of the first release sites. Today, this majestic bird soars in circles, its sharp eyes tracking every movement below. Unaware of the impending danger, its prey is often caught off guard. In a breathtaking display of speed and skill, the falcon dives from great heights, reaching speeds of up to 200 miles per hour in a maneuver known as a stoop. With its wings folded, it transforms into a living bullet, leaving its prey no time to react. Each dive and wing beat of the peregrine falcon is a symphony of speed, where the sky becomes its stage and the falcon its unrivaled star. Above the Montaine zone, the subalpine ecosystem of the Rocky Mountains thrives at elevations between 9,000 and 11,000 feet. Here, winters are long and unforgiving, while summer is little more than a fleeting moment. Snow blankets the landscape for much of the year, sometimes lingering well into summer, testing the resilience of every living being in this rugged environment. Krummholz trees, shaped by relentless winds, find refuge beneath the insulating snow, but any branches that extend above the snow line often fall victim to heavy storms. Plants and animals in this high-altitude realm have evolved remarkable adaptations to survive. Some creatures conserve energy beneath the snow, waiting for the thaw, while others brave the elements in search of food. Among these survivors is the black bear, the only bear species still found in Rocky Mountain National Park. Once sharing this land with the grizzly bear, the black bear now roams these heights alone, its elusive nature making sightings rare. Despite the harsh environment, these bears are highly adaptable. Though 90% of their diet consists of plants, roots, berries, and seeds, they are opportunistic hunters, occasionally preying on small animals like rabbits, mice, and even fish. Their extraordinary sense of smell, capable of detecting food from over a mile away, turns each meal into a precise and calculated pursuit. As autumn approaches, black bears enter a relentless phase of foraging, consuming vast amounts of food to prepare for the winter ahead. They can increase their body weight by up to 30%, storing fat from berries, nuts, and insects to sustain them through months of hibernation. Every gust of icy wind signals the coming of winter, and the readiness of their bodies to endure it. When the snow deepens and the world turns silent, black bears retreat into their dens, hidden within rock crevices, beneath large tree roots, or tucked away in mountain caves. There, in the stillness of hibernation, they embody resilience and endurance, waiting in quiet slumber for the return of spring. The true ruler of the wild forests in the Rocky Mountains is the mountain lion, a master of stealth and power. As the apex predator of this rugged ecosystem, it plays a crucial role in maintaining the natural balance, each hunt executed with precision and control, a silent enforcer of the wilderness. Mountain lions are ghostly hunters, nearly invisible as they stalk their prey with unmatched patience. Their movements are so fluid and light-footed that they make no sound, slipping through the landscape like shadows. Mule deer and elk, their primary targets, rarely sense the danger until it is too late. When the moment strikes, the mountain lion's attack is a breathtaking display of power and agility. With the ability to leap 18 feet straight up and cover 40 feet in a single bound, they close the distance in an instant, bringing down their prey with a swift, decisive bite to the neck. The hunt unfolds in eerie silence, a testament to their unmatched precision. After the kill, the mountain lion drags its prey to a secluded spot, covering it with leaves and branches to keep scavengers at bay. They consume between 20 and 30 pounds of meat in one sitting, and return over the following days to feed again. A single successful hunt provides enough sustenance to fuel their relentless search for the next unsuspecting victim. Elusive and powerful, the mountain lion embodies dominance over the untamed Rockies, a phantom of the wilderness, ruling from the shadows. Amidst the harsh winters of the Rocky Mountains, the pine squirrel refuses to fully hibernate. Instead, it adapts, conserving energy and emerging only when necessary to access its carefully prepared food stores. Massive middens of pine cones gathered throughout summer and fall. These caches, sometimes stretching up to 40 feet, provide a vital lifeline, sustaining the squirrel through the long months of food scarcity. Despite measuring only about a foot in length, this small but industrious tree squirrel is a master of preparation. It harvests thousands of pine cones from trees like the ponderosa and lodgepole pine, tucking them beneath the protected branches of Engelmann spruce and subalpine fir. In the process, its relentless foraging creates open spaces in the forest, allowing new plants to take root, an unnoticed but essential contribution to the ecosystem's diversity. Meanwhile, high above in the subalpine canopy, another unsung hero is at work, the Clark's nutcracker. This intelligent bird silently plays the role of a forest protector, planting the seeds of life with each meal. Using its sharp beak, it collects pine seeds from trees like the whitebark and limber pine, storing them in specialized throat pouches that can hold up to 90 seeds at a time. But this is only the beginning of an intricate survival strategy. Every fall, the Clark's nutcracker hides tens of thousands of seeds in scattered locations, tucking them into rock crevices, burying them on mountain slopes, and stashing them beneath the forest floor. While many of these seeds are later retrieved and eaten, some remain forgotten, left to sprout into new pine trees that will one day shape the subalpine landscape. In this challenging environment, the relationship between bird and tree is a delicate yet powerful dance. As climate change and disease threaten ancient pine forests, the quiet efforts of the Clark's nutcracker offer a glimmer of hope. Each buried seed holds the potential for renewal, an unspoken promise that life in the subalpine wilderness will continue to endure. At the summit of Rocky Mountain National Park, the Alpine tundra stretches across the landscape like an alien world where no trees grow and only the hardiest species can endure. Located at elevations between 11,000 and 11,500 feet, this is a land of extremes. Fierce winds whip through the barren peaks, carrying bone-chilling cold, while summer temperatures rarely rise above 52 Fahrenheit, even in July. Though the Alpine tundra covers only 3% of Colorado's land, it plays a vital role in preserving biodiversity. Winds can reach staggering speeds of up to 122 miles per hour, sculpting the terrain and piling snow into drifts as high as 21 feet along Trail Ridge Road. Yet despite these relentless conditions, life persists, proving once again that nature's resilience knows no bounds. Amid the wind-swept peaks of the Alpine tundra, the Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep stands as a testament to endurance. Built for survival in one of the harshest environments on Earth, these animals move across the rugged landscape with remarkable grace and strength. Male bighorn sheep, or rams, are true titans of the mountains. Weighing over 300 pounds and standing more than 3 feet tall at the shoulder, they command the alpine wilderness with their sheer power. Their massive curling horns, symbols of age and dominance, can weigh up to 30 pounds, arching around their faces like the sweeping ridges of the mountains they call home. Females, or ewes, are smaller and more agile, maintaining a constant presence as they navigate the rocky slopes. Blending seamlessly into the terrain, their thick brown-gray coats, accented with white patches on their rumps, muzzles, and legs, provide natural camouflage against predators. When winter arrives, their double-layered fur shields them from the biting alpine winds. But as summer approaches, they shed their dense coats, revealing a sleeker appearance suited for the warmer months. Survival in this unforgiving world depends on more than just strength. It requires precision, adaptability, and unwavering vigilance. The bighorn sheep's wide-set, rectangular-shaped pupils grant them an exceptional field of vision, allowing them to detect danger from afar. Like sentinels of the high country, they remain ever watchful, their keen hearing and highly developed sense of smell alerting them to the slightest changes in their surroundings. Yet their greatest survival tool lies in their hooves. Designed for life on sheer cliffs, their rough, rubber-like footpads provide unmatched grip on the steep, slippery rock. With each step, they walk a fine line between survival and peril, navigating elevations between 11,000 and 14,000 feet, where freezing winds and jagged cliffs are constant threats. As autumn arrives, the tranquility of the tundra is shattered by the sounds of battle. The rut, the dramatic breeding season begins, and with it comes an ancient ritual of power and endurance. Rams charge at each other with astonishing speed, reaching up to 40 miles per hour, before their massive horns collide in thunderous clashes that can be heard from a mile away. These battles are not fought for bloodshed, but for dominance, the right to mate and pass on their lineage. Despite the sheer force of impact, their thick skulls and reinforced bones absorb the blows, protecting them from serious injury. The fight continues until one ram concedes, leaving the victor to claim his place as the dominant male. Each horn strike is more than just a show of strength. It is a testament to survival, a legacy of resilience passed down through generations. In the heart of Rocky Mountain National Park, where nature's extremes reign supreme, the bighorn sheep stands as a living symbol of power, endurance, and the unbreakable spirit of the wild. Roaming the wild meadows of the Alpine tundra, the North American elk, also known as wapiti, moves like a force of nature. Weighing up to 1,100 pounds and standing around 5 feet tall at the shoulder, these gentle giants are among the largest deer species in North America. More than just an iconic presence, elk play a crucial role in shaping the Rocky Mountain ecosystem. Their migration patterns and feeding habits influencing the delicate balance of the land. Elk move with the rhythm of the seasons, constantly shifting their range in search of food and shelter. In the summer months, they ascend to elevations between 11,000 and 12,000 feet, where alpine meadows stretch like lush green carpets beneath the open sky. Large herds, sometimes numbering in the hundreds, graze on the nutrient-rich vegetation, preparing for the harsh winter ahead. As autumn approaches, the dynamic of the herd begins to shift. Mature bulls often separate from the larger groups, preferring solitude or small bachelor groups until the breeding season begins. Meanwhile, cows and calves remain together, maintaining tight-knit herds that provide protection during long migrations. When winter's icy grip tightens and fierce winds sweep across the peaks, elk descend to lower elevations, where the cold is less severe and food sources are more accessible. Their thick winter coats, which grow denser as the temperature drops, serve as a natural barrier against the biting winds. With the arrival of spring, they shed this heavy fur, revealing a sleeker coat suited for warmer weather. As summer fades and a crisp air of fall settles over the tundra, the landscape comes alive with the haunting calls of the elk. The rut, the annual mating season, has begun. The bugling call of a bull elk is both eerie and mesmerizing, beginning with a deep, resonant note that rises into a high-pitched scream before tapering off into a series of drawn-out echoes. This sound, a defining feature of the rut, signals strength, dominance, and a challenge to rivals. During this time, bulls roam the tall grasses with heavy antlers crowning their heads, searching for cows to gather into harems. Their displays of power include not only their resonant calls, but also fierce battles with rival males. Antlers clash with tremendous force as bulls engage in dramatic head-to-head combat, their powerful frames locked in a test of endurance. The victors claim dominance, securing the right to mate, while the defeated retreat, sometimes bearing injuries from the intense confrontations. To protect both the elk and visitors during this critical period, Rocky Mountain National Park enforces seasonal meadow closures. Beginning Sunday, September 1st, 2024, certain areas will be restricted to minimize disturbances and prevent aggressive encounters during the rut. These closures allow elk to carry out their ancient mating rituals undisturbed, ensuring a safe and awe-inspiring experience for those witnessing one of nature's most dramatic spectacles. Soaring high above the steep cliffs of the Alpine tundra, the golden eagle rules the wind-swept skies with unmatched grace and power. Perfectly adapted to the harsh mountain environment, these majestic birds thrive where freezing temperatures, fierce winds, and rugged landscapes are daily challenges. Their nests, built from massive branches, are perched on rocky ledges, safe havens that offer both protection and commanding views of their hunting grounds. From these lofty vantage points, golden eagles can spot prey from incredible distances while remaining hidden from potential threats. Each year, following the breeding season, golden eagles undergo a crucial molting process, shedding old feathers to make way for new, sharper, and stronger ones. This transformation is more than just cosmetic. It's essential for maintaining their superior hunting skills. Their flight and tail feathers, key to precision and agility in flight, are replaced in a specific sequence to ensure they never lose their ability to soar. These new feathers not only enhance their hunting efficiency, but also provide insulation, shielding them from the bitter cold of the high mountains. With a wingspan stretching up to 7.5 feet, the golden eagle glides effortlessly through the frigid alpine air, its wings acting like mighty sails against the wind. The sheer power of these birds is evident in every calculated movement, from scanning the terrain below to launching a silent, deadly strike. The cliffs serve as strategic allies, allowing them to ambush prey with precision, often before the victim even senses danger. Weighing up to 14 pounds and armed with talons as sharp as steel hooks, the golden eagle executes its hunts with lethal efficiency. When diving from the sky, it can reach speeds up to 200 miles per hour, turning its descent into a deadly arrow slicing through the air. In mere seconds, the hunt is over. Though they are often solitary hunters, golden eagles exhibit remarkable cooperation when needed. In a breathtaking display of strategy, one eagle may drive prey toward a waiting companion concealed behind a rocky outcrop, ensuring a successful ambush. This coordinated precision highlights their mastery of the Alpine tundra's unforgiving environment, where only the strongest and most skilled survive. Along the rivers and streams of the Rocky Mountains, the Riparian zone unfolds like a ribbon of life, where water meets land in a seamless dance of nature. These lush corridors are vital ecosystems, weaving together dense willows, towering cottonwoods, and a rich tapestry of shrubs that thrive at the water's edge. Here, the rhythmic pulse of flowing streams sustains an abundance of life, shaping a world where land and water merge in perfect harmony. Beneath the surface of these cold, rushing waters, life has fought to persist against the odds. Historically, the high-altitude streams of Rocky Mountain National Park were nearly barren, their fast-moving currents and cascading waterfalls acting as natural barriers to migrating fish. Yet, within these turbulent waters, a few resilient native species have found a way to endure. The cutthroat trout, represented by two main subspecies, the greenback cutthroat trout and the Colorado River cutthroat trout, once dominated these mountain streams. However, the introduction of non-native species like rainbow trout and brown trout disrupted this delicate balance, pushing the cutthroat trout to the brink of disappearance. Today, conservation efforts strive to restore the native fish populations, working to protect the fragile beauty of the riparian ecosystem. By removing invasive species and reintroducing native trout, scientists and wildlife managers hope to ensure that these pristine waters remain a sanctuary for the species that have called them home for thousands of years. In the shadowy stillness of the riparian woodlands, hidden beneath the protective canopy of trees, the barn owl waits in silence. A master of stealth and precision, this nocturnal hunter thrives in the dense vegetation along clear mountain streams, where both food and shelter are abundant. Hollowed-out tree trunks provide the perfect nesting sites, offering protection from harsh mountain conditions while keeping the owl concealed from potential threats. With its heart-shaped face framed by soft white feathers, the barn owl carries an almost mystical presence. Tiny, intricate markings on its wings and back add to its ghostly elegance, while its dark, nearly black eyes exude an air of mystery. But its beauty is more than just aesthetic. It is nature's perfect camouflage. As dusk settles over the riparian zone, the owl vanishes into the shadows, blending seamlessly with the night. Moving like a whisper, the barn owl's flight is an unparalleled display of silence and grace. With a wingspan of 2.7 to 3.5 feet and a weight of just 16 to 20 ounces, it glides effortlessly through the trees, maneuvering through dense vegetation without a sound. Flying low, only 5 to 15 feet above the ground, it uses the terrain to its advantage, navigating unseen pathways in search of prey. But its most extraordinary ability lies in its sense of hearing. The barn owl does not rely solely on sight. Instead, it can pinpoint the faintest rustle beneath tall grass, or the softest movement of a rodent scurrying under fallen leaves. Its finely tuned hearing acts as a natural sonar, allowing it to detect and strike with pinpoint accuracy, even in total darkness. When the moment is right, the owl's attack is swift and lethal. With talons extended, it seizes its unsuspecting prey in a single, decisive motion. The night remains undisturbed, the hunt completed in silence, a testament to the barn owl's mastery of the riparian wilderness. Along rivers and lakes, where the land is flat and the water slows, beavers construct sturdy lodges made of wood and mud. These lodges, featuring secret underwater entrances, serve as secure fortresses that protect beavers from predators on land. While they may appear slow and clumsy on land, beavers are agile swimmers, using their powerful, webbed hind feet to propel themselves through the water with ease. A single loud slap of their broad, flat tail against the water's surface is enough to alert the entire area of impending danger. During the freezing winter months, when food becomes scarce, beavers stockpile wood to sustain themselves through the harsh cold. Beneath the ice, they can remain submerged for up to 15 minutes, enduring frigid waters, while continuing their essential activities. Beavers are renowned as nature's engineers, transforming riparian zones into complex ecosystems. They turn small streams into networks of ponds and wetlands by constructing massive dams, some reaching up to 7 feet high and stretching hundreds of yards. Once calm, narrow streams are reshaped when a colony of beavers begins building, stripping willow and cottonwood trees to form the foundation of their structures. Using their sharp teeth, they skillfully carve logs into precise pieces for construction. The resulting beaver ponds not only offer protection from predators, but also create thriving ecosystems. These still waters become home to a diverse range of plant and animal species. Small fish and frogs find refuge along the gently lapping shorelines, while wetlands expand, introducing new life to the region. Beavers do more than just build dams. They craft entire habitats, reshaping landscapes and fostering biodiversity wherever they go. Deep within the heart of the Rocky Mountains, glaciers such as Andrews Glacier were once permanent ice masses that shaped the rugged landscape. However, over time, these glaciers have significantly receded due to the effects of climate change. Recent studies from 2023 to 2024 indicate that Andrews Glacier is now only about 148 feet thick, a substantial measurement, yet much thinner than it was a century ago. The shrinking of these glaciers serves as a stark reminder of the profound impact of environmental change. Glaciers are not just static blocks of ice, they are dynamic forces that slowly move through valleys, carrying rocks, sand, and gravel, reshaping the terrain as they advance and retreat. As glaciers melt, their runoff feeds streams, lakes, and valleys below, providing a crucial source of fresh water for Montaine and Riparian ecosystems. During dry seasons, when snowfall is insufficient, glacier meltwater becomes a lifeline for plants and animals in lower elevations. Amid the harsh, icy landscapes of the Rocky Mountains, the marmot stands as a symbol of resilience. Scientifically known as Marmota flaviventris, these large ground squirrels can grow up to 2 feet in length and weigh around 11 pounds, making them the largest members of the squirrel family in these high-altitude environments. Living at elevations above 6,500 feet among rocky slopes and alpine meadows, marmots have evolved remarkable adaptations to survive in extreme conditions. Their thick fur acts as a natural barrier against the biting cold, allowing them to endure the harsh mountain climate. Marmots experience 2 distinct seasons, a brief summer and a long, grueling winter. For more than half the year, from September to May, they hibernate deep within elaborate underground burrow systems. During this time, their body temperature drops to around 41 degrees Fahrenheit, their heart rate slows to just 30 beats per minute, and their breathing becomes shallow, an energy-conserving strategy that enables them to survive the frigid months without food. When summer finally arrives, time is of the essence. Marmots spend their days foraging almost non-stop, consuming grasses, wildflowers, and even bird eggs. Every meal is an opportunity to store fat, the sole energy reserve that will sustain them throughout their prolonged hibernation. Summer is merely a fleeting moment for marmots. a race against time to prepare for the unforgiving winter ahead. When winter blankets the Rocky Mountains in snow, the elusive snowy owl occasionally makes a rare appearance. Scientifically known as Bubo scandiacus, the snowy owl is not a typical resident of the Rockies. However, during migration, this majestic bird descends from the Arctic tundra, bringing with it the silent beauty of snow-covered lands. As the harsh winter sets in, snowy owls embark on unpredictable migrations, leaving their Arctic home in search of new food sources. Unlike other migratory birds, their movements follow no fixed schedule, instead occurring in sudden bursts, like a cold wind sweeping through the glacial valleys of the Rocky Mountains. These irregular migrations, known as eruptions, happen when lemmings, the snowy owl's primary prey, become scarce. With powerful white wings, snowy owls glide across snowy fields, landing silently in the Alpine tundra of the Rockies, where they adapt to new hunting grounds. More than a mere survival strategy, their migration is a testament to resilience, a constant race against time and the unforgiving forces of nature. From high above, the snowy owl's sharp eyes can detect even the slightest movement of prey below, despite the harsh conditions. Without hesitation, it swoops down with incredible speed and precision, capturing lemmings, rabbits, and even seabirds that seek shelter beneath the snow. These lightning-fast dives leave little chance for escape. Over generations, snowy owls have perfected their hunting skills, making them a symbol of strength and adaptation in the icy wilderness of Rocky Mountain National Park. Meanwhile, the Rocky Mountains themselves are undergoing significant environmental changes. These shifts not only reshape the landscape, but also have a profound impact on the wildlife that calls this region home. Despite the challenges, nature continues to persist with remarkable resilience. The animals of the Rockies have evolved extraordinary survival strategies, not only enduring but also adapting to their ever-changing environment. Climate change acts as an invisible force, gradually transforming the rhythm of life in the Rocky Mountains. As temperatures fluctuate and ecosystems shift, the delicate balance of the park's wildlife is constantly being redefined. Yet even in the face of uncertainty, the wild inhabitants of the Rockies continue to thrive, adapting to the evolving conditions of their rugged and unpredictable world. With each passing day, the number of visitors to Rocky Mountain National Park has surged dramatically. Over the past decade, annual visits increased from 3 million in 2012 to over 4.7 million in 2019. This constant influx of people, like a rushing stream, places immense pressure on the park's fragile ecosystem. The rise in foot traffic has led to an increase in waste and pollution, with more than 400 instances of unmanaged waste recorded in just 3 years. Though these traces may seem insignificant, they leave lasting marks on the landscape, slowly chipping away at the park's natural beauty, much like cracks forming in a once pristine mirror. Once a symbol of untouched wilderness, the crisp air of Rocky Mountain National Park is now becoming obscured by a faint haze. Emissions from nearby Front Range communities drift into the valleys, altering the once clear blue skies. Additionally, nitrogen from vehicle emissions is carried by the wind and deposited through rain and snow, seeping deep into the soil. What may seem like harmless droplets now carry pollutants that threaten the delicate balance of the park's ecosystem. These gradual intrusions, originating from the very air that surrounds the park, pose a slow but significant environmental challenge. Rocky Mountain National Park is at a critical crossroads. Every human impact, no matter how small, accelerates the degradation of this treasured landscape. The urgency of conservation has never been greater. This is not just about protecting a scenic destination. It is about preserving an ecosystem that has existed for thousands of years. However, amid these challenges, strong conservation efforts are underway. Among the vast wilderness, the Coyote Valley Restoration Collaborative (KVC) has become a driving force in ecological renewal. This initiative is not only restoring wetlands, but also revitalizing the park's natural processes. Willows, streams, and trails are being carefully nurtured as if tended by nature itself. To mitigate the pressure from millions of visitors, a reservation system has been implemented, ensuring sustainable access to the park. Hybrid buses now traverse the landscape, reducing emissions and leaving a lighter footprint, like fresh, clean leads, shielding the environment from human impact. Additionally, proactive wildfire management strategies, including fuel reduction measures, help safeguard the park's forests. Though wildfires remain a natural force, these protective efforts ensure that the park's landscapes will endure and thrive. One of the most inspiring conservation success stories within Rocky Mountain National Park is the recovery of the Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep. Once on the brink of extinction due to overhunting, their population had dwindled to just 150 individuals by the late 19th century. The valleys were gradually emptied and the species nearly vanished from the lowlands. In the late 1970s, park managers launched a dedicated effort to reintroduce bighorn sheep to their former habitats. Thanks to the tireless efforts, the population rebounded, and today, an estimated 300 to 400 bighorn sheep roam freely in the park, a powerful symbol of nature's resilience and revival. This story serves as a reminder that nature cannot heal itself alone. It requires human care and intervention. Every step taken off a designated trail, every forgotten plastic bag leaves a scar on the earth. While small actions may seem harmless, they have the power to cause lasting damage to this fragile ecosystem. Conservation is not just the responsibility of a select few. It is a collective journey. Only through shared effort can we preserve the breathtaking beauty of Rocky Mountain National Park for generations to come. Have you ever set foot in Rocky Mountain National Park and been captivated by its breathtaking beauty? If so, we invite you to share your unforgettable experiences in the comments below. Each story you tell is like a gentle breeze, carrying forward the spirit of this magnificent wilderness and helping to inspire its preservation for generations to come. Join us on more adventures where nature's wonders unfold. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to explore the untold stories of the great outdoors.